Alright, well, hello YouTube. This is Joseph Quick and Buddy here. Buddy the Snake. But I promised you guys this in my last video I did with Buddy, of just going over his enclosure. That I would go over some details that aren't really known about ball pythons. And some things that you may have already known, but a little bit further explanation. So, I got Buddy here. For those of you who haven't watched, I got Buddy on Saturday, and today is February the 12th, 2019. I got him on Saturday at a PetSmart for for 60 bucks. They had a banana ball python, which I noticed also had some vanilla mixed in with it, because the typical banana ball python isn't as white as this one was. I wish I had grabbed a picture of it, but I didn't. But they had that one selling for $370, sitting right next to this guy. And ball pythons are actually a relatively easy snake to maintain. They are not, you don't have to feed them every single day. You don't have to clean up their cage tremendously. You don't have to do a lot of that stuff. And like but honestly, the hardest part I'm having with his enclosure, ooh, you were super cold. Hardest part I'm having with his enclosure is actually just getting, oh, I'm sorry. It's actually just getting him, getting the humidity right, because I work generally 10-hour work days. I generally work 10-hour work days, and so it takes me a while to get home. I'm leaving at 5 a.m. leaving at 6 a.m. not getting back until probably 6 or 7 p.m. But so that's my only trouble I'm having with him, is just keeping his humidity just right. But these interesting fact about these guys, I know I can't get a good close-up video footage of his eyes, but his eyes are cat-like, where they're up and down, like venomous snakes. And their eyes are like that because they are nocturnal. They're nocturnal, where they are more active at night. For those of you who didn't know what nocturnal meant, these guys are active during the day, but they are primarily active at night. At night. And whenever they're his size, they're primarily hunting at the top of the trees, where all the mice and where all the birds are setting up for the day and everything like that. That's primarily where these guys are sitting at, all the way up there at the top. Look for birds, look for mice, rats, anything like that. That's what they're looking for. It's all that they're looking for. And as they get older and bigger, they move down the tree. Ugh. Yeah, I definitely need to get you fed. I'll go over that here in a second. But one big thing with these guys that a lot of people actually didn't know is their jaw, their bottom jaw. Come here, buddy. You're okay. See that little crack right there? Wish I could point. Ah, there we go. See that little crack right there underneath his jaw? That is where his bottom jaw can dislocate. So if their prey, let's say their mouth only opens up that wide and their prey is that big, they can then they can essentially dislocate their jaw and then put it back into place. So they can then get further and further and further. And also, too, another thing with their mouth is their teeth. Their teeth, instead of like vipers or other snakes like that, whenever they bite, they can use their fangs to walk up it. Their bottom jaw, because it can dislocate, does that for them. And their teeth aren't pointed straight down. They're actually more of a curve to the back. So as they're tackling on live prey, it can't go back out. Can't go out their mouth. So it's forced to go in. But another thing with these guys, everybody thinks that these ball pythons are going to become those super scary, mean pythons that you're hearing about all over the TV and everything like that. As long as you take care of it, and you're not one of those people who goes, "Oh my God, this thing is too big for me. I can't take care of it anymore." And you go out to the woods and you throw it out. You're disrupting the ecosystem tremendously. And of course, that's already happened, but you don't want to be the contribution to it. If anything, find it a good home. Put it out there on Craigslist, Pinterest, eBay, Amazon, anything like that, and just put see that? And just put snake, ball python, this big. I can't take care of it anymore. Does anybody want it? Free shipping, whatever. And just go from there. Find it a good home. But, or heck, take it up to a zoo. They may be able to use it for something. If it's tame, they may use it for demonstration purposes like I'm doing. You never know. Maybe they're looking for a ball python, a large ball python. You never know. They may want it. Just give it a shot. But one really interesting fact that I thought is ball pythons are sexually diverse whenever it comes to size. Ball pythons, the males are actually smaller than the females. They get anywhere from 3 to, I think, 5 foot max. But I could be wrong. If I am wrong, correct me down in the comments below. And the females, I know they can get from 4 foot to 6 foot. they get larger because they have to protect their clutch. For those of you who don't know what a clutch is, that's just their egg nest. That's all that it is. Am I just getting a bunch of kisses, buddy? And no, I do not know what sex Buddy is yet. I don't want to do that yet. Because I want him to feel more adjusted and more welcome here in my place of stay before I do something like that to him. And whenever I do it, I'll make a video of how to sex check your ball python. And I'll do my research up on it, and I'll make sure to do all of that stuff. And today I was actually hoping that he would eat. That he would eat today, and that I would be able to make a video of it. Video of him attacking his food and starting to slowly eat it. But that did not happen. So here we are, just doing our minor little chat and knowledge video. But for those of you, But for those of you who are afraid of snakes, don't be. Don't be afraid of snakes. Well, of some snakes. Don't be afraid of ball pythons. They're not going to hurt you. Don't be afraid of no little corn snake, milk snake. Corn snake, milk snake. Another breed will come to me here in a minute. But don't be afraid of them. I mean, honestly, don't be afraid of them. Because all that they are just animals. Animals are just like people. People and animals. I mean, like, yeah, you can get an animal that's mean just right off the bat. But that's like people too. Then you can get some that are nice as can be right off the bat, like people. And sometimes it's the way that they're raised. They don't know any better. They don't know any better. Because that's just the way that they were raised. And yes, he is Yes, he is wrapped around my wrist. Am I afraid? No. Because I know I'm stronger than him. I know that. So don't be afraid of him. But also, too, I know why he's doing this. He's trying to warm up. He's using my own body heat to warm himself up, which I don't mind. He wants to use my own body heat to warm me up, warm him up. I don't mind. I do not mind at all. But with snakes, real quick, before we go, there's two ways to tell if a snake is thin, fat, or perfect. A thin snake, you're okay, buddy. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. A thin snake, if you look right here, there it comes to a point. Right here. And what that point is their spine. If you can see that point at all, they're slowly starting to get thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. But an overweight snake, you can't see it. And whenever they're coiled up, they'll have a bunch of wrinkles. And I mean a bunch of them. But now, a snake that is also too thin, you gently go to the side and you gently squeeze. Just ever so slightly, you pinch the skin and the scales. You pinch it just enough to where you can see movement. If you can't see any movement, then your snake isn't skinny, isn't getting thin. If it does move, snake's starting to get a little thin. But that's what's going on with him. He's not one to eat. This is the second time. But also too, I know why. It's because he's not accustomed yet. But I'm slowly trying to work with him, trying to get him to eat. I'm going to try again on Friday. I'm going to try again on Friday, see if he eats then. If he doesn't eat on Friday, I'm going to wait till Sunday. And if he doesn't eat his mouse within an hour, I'm going to force feed him. And for that, I am not going to record. Because some people may think that's disgusting. Some people may think it's awesome. But it is always just a matter of personal preference. But, alright. So, we're going to get off here. Let you guys go. Have a blessed day. And always stay safe. Stay prepared. One last little look. There we go. Later.